Okay, big breaking news on sports today. It is the announcement of the Indian ODI and Test squad for the tour of West Indies. That is coming after a long break in Indian cricket. I say long because a month-long break is very rare. At one point used to have off-season and all that. Now it doesn't happen. So big break, and then there is the big breaking news after the big break is that of the Indian team.
Exactly a month-long break.
Exactly a month-long break. Very rare. I want to start with the Indian Test squad first because that's the last format that India played.
Yes.
So the Test squad, because remember there was a lot of speculation whether you'll stick with the senior players, go in with the youngsters, make a complete overhaul of the team or not. The simple answer to all of those questions is no. It is the same team, roughly the same team. We'll tell you the minor changes, but they aren't really headline grabbing, eye-catching kind of changes that you've seen, barring I think one which will be probably debated, is that Cheteshwar Pujara has been axed from the Indian Test team, but that is a one-off senior being axed. It's not a clear new look Indian Test team. If that was the case, you would have probably looked at a new captain and a new bunch of youngsters in the middle order. None of that has happened. So simply put, if we can cut this, can you cancel the last bit wala jo bhi would have just cut this full frame so everyone can see it as we read it out. Maybe one of you can read it, whoever, go ahead.
Yeah, we can. I'll read it out. So the Test squad: Rohit Sharma is the captain, Shubman Gill, Rituraj Gaikwad, Virat Kohli, maiden call up for Yashasvi Jaiswal. And Ajinkya Rahane is your vice captain.
Though he was with the team as reserve.
Yeah, as the reserves. Along with Surya Kumar Yadav, he was your reserves. Now, very interesting, KS Bharat retains his place. Ishan Kishan also included in the squad. Remember?
In a way retains his place as well.
Yeah, even Ishan was part of the reserves in the World Test Championship final. True. KS Bharat, we all thought, including the Dulip Trophy South Zone semi-final, we thought he may not be able to make it, but he is there.
Yeah.
So, Ishan Kishan, then you got KS Bharat, Ravichandran Ashwin, Ravindra Jadeja. No debate on, oh, you're going to play 2 spinners or 3 spinners there. Nothing of that kind.
No, you might play 3 spinners also.
Let's see. Shardul Thakur, Akshar Patel.
West Indian pitches are like now.
Dominica is a pretty slow deck. So
anyway,
that
3 spinners now.
3 spinners. Ashwin, Jadeja, Akshar Patel. Shardul Thakur stays. No Mohammad Shami, Mohammad Siraj, Mukesh Kumar also there as one of the reserves in the World Test Championship final.
Yes.
Jaydev Unadkat, Navdeep Saini.
Okay, so the 2 big points, as I said, from the Test squad. One, Cheteshwar Pujara has been dropped. We'll debate about that.
Yeah.
The next point is, you see the omission of Mohammad Shami, but I don't think there is any debate there. Clearly, he is not the one to be dropped. He was your standout bowler in the IPL, he is one of the outstanding bowlers at the WTC and has been across formats. We will announce the ODI team also, he's not there. So that is again a clear sign that because of workload management, he's been rested, and I see no problem in that because he's been playing continuous cricket. Yes. You really, it's not the most important series. Your batters may not need that kind of rest, but if there's one, kind of a player that needs a lot of rest, then that is the fast bowler. Yeah. And we had heard it earlier also that they'll have that workload management. Lest there's a injury and you don't want, after Jasprit Bumrah's injury, another injury to one of your premier fast bowlers in Mohammad Shami. So I think that's a good call that Shami has been rested. Yeah. Okay. The youngster in Siraj doesn't need rest. He's young.
Exactly.
He's
he had the same workload, let's say.
But he's young, firing.
Exactly. Yeah.
So Shami has lost his hair. Siraj still has his vein intact. There's a difference.
Absolutely.
No, and with Siraj,
that's the only logic, let's say.
Yeah.
No, and with Siraj, what you're seeing is the more he's playing, the better he's getting. Pace-wise, length-wise, he is really maintaining that consistency. He's not that bowler, oh, I will rest him for one. No, then he'll lose rhythm. Play him consistently, his pace, line and length and aggression will remain.
Plus, can I tell you that these are conversations sometimes you have with the player also.
Yes.
So clearly, I mean, a Shami would need a lot of rest.
Absolutely.
He played extra games also in the IPL compared to Siraj.
Yeah, he did.
Three more.
Three more.
Yeah.
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 One game went to 3 days. One game went to 3 days.
3-day match also.
Exactly. And on top of that, it's much more than what a test match would have lasted at Ahmedabad. That's the thing.
No, so no debate over Shami rested. I
Yeah.
think it's a good call. I doubt anyone would
But-
disagree with that.
Navdeep Saini.
Yeah, but Saini was later being thought about as a reserve also, a net bowler also. he was
Net
going to
bowler,
bowl.
yes.
He's been a constant net bowler.
Net bowler.
Huh. Now gets a chance. You need it too. If he's fit,
But
I don't
the
see
question
why.
is, do you really see him making the 11?
That's a debate for later.
Yeah.
I mean, whether he makes an 11 or not. But I'm saying you need young, fast bowlers. Huh?
Yeah.
Prasidh Krishna is injured. Jaideep Unadkat didn't get a chance there. So obviously you will continue with him. Mukesh Kumar was part of your WTC squad.
Yes, that's one of the reserves.
Yeah, one of the reserves.
Yes.
So he's going to obviously be there, get a
Yep.
chance. So at least in the fast bowling, because of injury to a Bumrah and Prasidh Krishna and some of your other premier fast bowlers, and that the fact that Shami is resting and out of form Umesh Yadav, and
Yes.
the kind of approach with Ishan Sharma, where you've looked ahead, you've gone ahead of him also. You're not going to go back. So you'll only look at youngsters, which is, I think, fine.
Then do you think it's Umesh has followed Ishant, has not been considered anymore? Because after this, you're going to play the next test series only in December, Jan.
That's right.
No, I feel, I think the form that Umesh Yadav showed in the WTC, anyway, he was finding it tough to be in the 11. He only got a chance because Jasprit Bumrah wasn't fit. Now, with Bumrah, there are talks of him making a return in the Ireland series and him coming back. I doubt that you will go back to Umesh. So, in that sense, maybe you're right. Maybe the kind of approach you took with a Riddhiman Saha or Ishant Sharma, or now maybe Umesh Yadav is in that category.
Also, to add to that, not just his inconsistencies on the field, the fact that he's not been fit enough as well. He couldn't complete the whole IPL season as well because he picked up that injury. So I think it's a combination of both, which is why that's good enough reason for you to be looking forward.
Yeah. Now to the big question. Do you guys agree with the seniors staying, or did you want them to start afresh?
I think, you needed your seniors to be there because, I would have understood if this West Indies series had come, maybe 1 week of break. Then it would have made sense for the seniors to rest. But a 1 month break, and that too, new World Test Championship cycle plus one eye on the ODI World Cup.
Isn't that good in that case?
Because they've had a 1 month break, I think it was meant for them
my
to.
point is that this is again, people are mixing format. When you talk about a new captain and a new starting test, that's in no way hinting at changing captaincy and your players in ODI. No chance. Because as soon as you say no, we need to start with a new captain, everyone says, but this is the World Cup year, this is a 50-over World Cup. But nobody is talking about ODI cricket. I'm not saying that for ODI cricket you need to make any changes. It's very close, the World Cup. So your ODI team has to be the same, no doubt.
Yeah.
No changing of Rohit Sharma or your senior players. They all will be there, without doubt. I'm saying test cycle is starting afresh. There is a new WTC cycle. Do you see, if India were to reach the final, do you see the similar, let's say 2 more years of Rohit Sharma, do you see him captaining test match cricket? No. Then my point is, why not, just as we look at ODI cricket in World Cup to World Cup cycle or T20, like you made changes in T20 after the second debacle, right? You went with a Hardik Pandya and you've gone with a newish team, right? Because you said, we have to see the next T20 World Cup. I'm saying next WTC cycle, and I agree that there will be some important series and you can't really experiment. But I'm saying maybe a few more experiments, as in the guys that you're looking for for the future. What better time than this particular series against West Indies, which is no more the strongest team, where conditions are no more the most hostile as we used to,
Correct.
I agree if it was a South Africa tour or an Australia tour, just after the WTC cycle, and you were going to make wholesale changes, then I'd be worried. I was like, you can't take a Australia tour or South Africa or England tour lightly. You can't go with a fresh team here. You need to take your Virat Kohli's, the Rohit Sharma's, Ajinkya Rahane's. You need to. But I'm saying, because it's West Indies, not hostile conditions, because now West Indies has become similar to Indian conditions. So if you were to take a youngster, it's not that you've really thrown him in the deep end. You've not. Secondly, not the strongest team. You want to test a few players because I know you get runs in domestic. That doesn't necessarily mean that they will be good at international. Why do you see that you want to test them? what better place to test them than this series? And maybe give some extended rest to your senior players, 3-4 of them, like Pujara has been dropped. I'm saying you are looking at a future in Test cricket. So let a Yashasvi Jaiswal play. Let a Ishan Kishan also, who you think can be a future part, let him play. Maybe KS Bharat is also that young, so it's not, which is still fine. Look at some domestic stars that you were concentrating on, a Sarfraz who's been getting run, or a Ruturaj Gaikwad, whoever you are thinking can be a future player. They are there in the squad. But the problem is that they will all travel. But if there is a Rohit Sharma, a Shubman Gill, Virat Kohli, Ajinkya Rahane, then they are only going to play. And then all of these will go on the flight. A Jaiswal, a Ruturaj Gaikwad, I can see those names. Sarfraz is not there, but he got runs, let's say. If you had taken them, they would have got a chance to play. And those 2 test matches then kind of tell you whether they are good enough for domestic first class bowlers and then they can hammer, or do they have the temperament to succeed at the highest level on an international stage.
Yet again, I think it's a catch-22 situation for the Indian selection. Okay, will the seniors make way just like that? I don't think they would have wanted to.
But I'm saying, it's the selector's call.
My thinking behind this is, or let's say the rationale I see is because you don't want to, see, you've just lost the WTC final and in some manner you lost it. There's been a massive drought. You're looking at the World Cup now. Forget the Asia Cup. You're looking just at the World Cup
Absolutely.
now. I don't think you want to send across any messages. You don't want to ruffle any more feathers. You don't want any more buzz, which is why you don't see wholesale changes. And you're not starting with that new template looking forward to 25. Maybe after the World Cup ends is when then you start looking forward.
But different formats. Who is saying that in the ODI series make changes? I agree with you 100%. That ODI team has to be consistent. ODI team has to be the one that is going to play the World Cup. And if you ask me today, my captain is Rohit Sharma. Okay, and Rahul Dravid is your coach, and Virat Kohli is my mainstay, and Shubman Gill, the young upcoming opener. All of that is my team. Shami will come back, and Siraj is going to be the thing. Bumrah will be fit. That's my ODI team. I'm not asking you to make changes. I'm saying this is a completely different format. I was there at the WTC final. One of the major criticism was that players are playing too much cricket. They are playing multiple formats. They cannot adjust to all formats. So if you want to concentrate on ODI World Cup, you want to win, let the ODI guys concentrate on white ball cricket. There is no emergency now, right now in test match. And this is not the most important series. It's not even a series where, where you really need to go out all guns blazing with your best team. If it was an Australia series, as I said, Australia, England, South Africa,
because look,
or you're playing Pakistan in a test series.
I'm just saying,
the problem
what you don't want to happen right now is you don't want any tempers to flare. You don't want any.
What is the tempers to flare?
No, if you strip Rohit Sharma off test captaincy at the moment, if you announce a new captain, if you announce a new vice captain,
but he's a one-day captain for us. He's taking the team to the one-day World Cup.
That's true, but really, do you really think that we can look at it as format?
Okay,
but
fine.
You're looking at a
I'm not saying
15, 16 players only.
That. But I'm saying when are you going to test? Are you going to test them? Now what will happen? I'll tell you what will happen. This team will go there. They'll hammer West Indies.
True.
Then again you will continue the same team. Again you will reach the WTC final. Again you will freeze.
What I am saying is maybe I get it at some point, and we all had that conversation. Then now you need to start planning for 25. But I think because this is a series that you see again anyway, points secured for the next WTC cycle. And there's just 2 tests anyway. You want to be looking forward for that final after you're done with the World Cup this year.
Exactly. So I'm saying when there is nothing at stake.
See, the problem is,
are you going to test the guys that I took their names
in difficult series? You say,
yeah. Who are you going to be playing after
I think
that?
you just don't want that.
The problem for change is,
right
the problem for change is compounded by the fact that in December, Jan, you're going to go to South Africa. If you make changes there, you'll be in trouble. And then after that, you're playing 5 tests at home to England.
But then again, you're posing yourselves new questions, by the way. If your youngsters also manage to, brush aside a West Indies side, a very mediocre looking West Indies side, then you'll be like, what do we do?
I have options. Then good now. I will have to blood them. Yeah, I will have to blood them. If let's say a Gaikwad or a Jaiswal and none of them have scored, let's say, I was like, okay, I have these guys now. I am going to carry with them. They've got some runs under their belt. They are going to go to South Africa. They are going to be facing England at home. I have a team, and then what I can tell my senior players that listen, none of them is going to leave IPL. They have too much pressure from franchises. You play white ball cricket, continue to play white ball cricket. Of course, I'm not saying all seniors will be done away with. You will need their experience in big matches, but I'm saying it doesn't have to be the same look team. Right now, the only thing that you have sacrificed is the Cheteshwar Pujara.
Yes. You could have very well rested Rohit and Virat, kept Rahane, because he was a captaincy material also.
Yeah.
Captaincy
he could be captain, I agree.
Yeah. And the problem is, see, if you rely on Rohit and Virat saying, after 2023 World Cup, because they'll make big decisions after that only.
Yeah.
But the problem is, look at the series you're going to play. South Africa away. 5 tests against England. This England is not that England of 2021.
24 we play England, right?
Yeah, 24 February, March, 5 test series. Then you're going to go to Australia for a 5 test series. So West Indies, South Africa, Australia. These are your 3 series that you're going to play away in this cycle.
Exactly.
Now you're going to play series at home to England. You're going to play against New Zealand and one more against maybe Sri Lanka or Bangladesh, that I'll have to check. Now, you'll start for 2025 June. Remember, this date is fixed. June 2025, Lords is the final. It will begin now. Mixture of youth and experience. You got Jaiswal and Rituraj. You got Ishan. You got Shardul. You got the spinners, maybe Jadeja, Aksar. But Rahane is your captain. Shubman, Rituraj, you have to blood them now. Otherwise, the same debate. Okay, we are not going to see any domestic talent now. You're going to blood domestic talent during the South Africa tour. That's asking way too much. And then if they fail in South Africa, you'll say, we are not producing good talent.
Exactly, Mappa. Which is why I would have wanted a younger team.
A Rohit or a Virat should have been rested.
We can debate that more. Coming back to the team.
There is one more thing over here. We finally have a vice captain. We didn't have one in the WTC.
Yes.
Ajinkya Rahane, vice captain. I think it's the second coming of Rahane. But I'm just saying that again, I'm really happy for Ajinkya Rahane.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, this is the same cycle that you went through with Cheteshwar Pujara.
Exactly.
Cheteshwar Pujara, Ajinkya Rahane was shunned. Then Pujara got runs, you brought him back.
Yeah.
Then he has failed, he's gone out. Ajinkya Rahane was also shunned, got runs, he's come back. I wonder how fast he went through.
I feel happy for Rahane too. Deserved whatever there is. Deserved place, deserved armband as well, I would say. But is it one step forward, 2 steps back?
Correct.
Complicated by 2 things. Shreyas Iyer's injury and also the management not showing enough confidence in Suryakumar Yadav.
And Sarfaraz.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I don't know whether you're really moving forward or you're coming back. That's one. Anyway, that's a debate we can have.
Yeah.
But good to see a vice captain finally, Ajinkya Rahane. And by the way, Rahane has a few more years under his belt compared to a Rohit Sharma.
Yeah.
What's the age difference?
See, Rohit is 36.
He's 34.
And 34.
Yeah, but 2 more years. So I'm saying if in case, I think why they've gone with this option is, let's say year down the line, if you're going to look to change the test captain and you do not have a ready candidate, you don't want to go so young directly to a Shubman and think he still needs a few. I'm just saying that sometime you need it. For example, I'll give you when you needed that transition from Rahul Dravid, you went to an Anil Kumble also, right? You had and then after some time when you were convinced that Dhoni is ready to take over test captaincy, you brought him in, right? So there is that Anil Kumble came in the middle to be that transition before you went to Dhoni. So if you're going to go with a young kid and if you think that maybe a year is too early and 3 years is a good time, then maybe Ajinkya can be that stopgap 2-year captain.
Perhaps that is an indication. Maybe 2023 ODI World Cup, supposing Rohit Sharma says, okay, I think I'm done. Then you already have a succession plan in Ajinkya Rahane.
That's what I'm saying. That is why they've gone in test captains.
Yeah, test. Only
that's what I'm saying. So you will need maybe India doesn't want to gamble and go for a young gun so early and burden him with captaincy.
Yes. That's why the same in the ODI squad also, Hardik Pandya.
Exactly. So which is the good thing. So but I'm just going back to the test squad and just one final word on that.
Yeah.
Is Cheteshwar Pujara Axe? What do you?
My first question is he being axed for good or temporarily?
Has to be for
good.
good.
I think the rope's over for him. It's done.
But can I tell you, this is the same discussion we had 2 years
In 2021, yes.
Because
years
then
ago,
next
when he
question
was
is-
dropped, we had all said curtains and done, and there he was back playing the WTC final.
Yeah. But remember, 2 years later, maybe this time it won't go with Pujara because age factor and one, because you won't see those injury factors all over again. Because Cheteshwar Pujara came back for one injury and second county form.
County.
How old is Puji?
Puji is I think 34, same as Rahane.
My guess is the.
I think
same.
he was, I think he's the same age, Cheteshwar. So
We'll check.
So
एक बार
tough now.
Shivam.
it's tough. 35.
Tough.
2 years. That time he was 32, 33. We all felt okay, he still has some time.
Tough. I think, yeah.
Now it is tough.
I think too.
And
also, I think now, sooner or later, you have to rebuild.
yes.
And
But again,
you will have
you'll
to
again there'll be a faction there. They'll be asking who is it who can really grind it out, play those 150
No,
odd
you
balls.
want, but I'm
Who's
saying.
the next Pujara?
But unless you try,
there is a
how
name
would
in
you know?
that. Yashasvi Jaiswal.
I don't
Your
exactly.
next
Yeah,
number
you don't
3,
know your act.
left-handed number 3 after Saurav Ganguly 1996 Lords.
Yeah.
He could be that next guy. Remember, Shreyas Iyer is coming back also. So your number 5 also, 4 is kind of sorted out. Yashasvi
No, 4 is
Jaiswal.
Virat Kohli for a few years.
For a few more years.
Yeah.
See, Kohli is the only guy among the seniors who has a realistic chance at 2025.
No, Kohli would definitely be
And
there.
maybe Rahane.
Unless
Rahane will be your captain.
I don't see an Indian test team without Virat for the next final. We keep saying final cycle. We don't know whether you make it to the final.
Yeah.
No, it's just that we've gotten so used to. Twice the finals have happened. Both time India has played.
Semi-final, final we're used to.
Third time's the
But यहाँ तो
charm.
semi-final नहीं होता है ना. इसी
Third time's the charm. Third time final, we could win it. Maybe.
Third time
If you
lucky.
make it.
If we make it.
Third
Yeah.
time lucky.
So that's the end of, I think, Cheteshwar Pujara. You think yes?
I think it is, yes. It's over.
We'd love to know from you guys also. What do you think? So that's the test team. The big debate was staying with staying with the senior members, going with youngsters. That has been answered. We've debated that for a long time. If you're joining us now, you can go back and check that video. Now, let's turn our attention to the ODI
ODI
team.
squad.
Yep. ODIs, please.
Okay, so that's the ODI squad, which is Rohit Sharma, Shubman Gill, Ruturaj Gaikwad, Virat Kohli. By the way, before I even go ahead, I'm happy that Ruturaj Gaikwad is there. I just hope he doesn't get injured or there's no family commitment, because I have lost the number of times he has been selected and he's not played because he got injured last moment. Last time it was his wedding. So please play, because we all see potential in him. But we want to see whether that potential can be materialized into something long term for Indian cricket.
Yep.
But for that, he has to continuously play international cricket. Please do not get injured, and please let IPL not be the time that we see Ruturaj Gaikwad. Please.
And
Exactly.
no last minute family commitments.
Whatever, just play a few games. Let us see him at that time, because I frankly do believe he has the thing. There's Virat Kohli, there's Surya Kumar Yadav. Again, jury is out about Surya Kumar Yadav and ODI. But if you ask me, there is no way that Sky cannot be in any white ball team. I still think that he needs to get many more chances before you decide that he's not the one.
Yep.
Because he's too good a batsman not to succeed in ODI. There's Sanju Samson.
Yes.
He was there in the last ODI series.
Against Australia, no, he was injured. Knee injury he was having.
And then I think he got fit but was not selected anyway. He's there. So I know he has a huge fan following, so those people must be happy. By the way,
There is Ishan also.
there is Ishan Kishan too. Maybe with no KL Rahul, these luxuries can be afforded, where you can go with 2 wicket-keeper batsmen, which you anyway do.
Yeah.
Hardik Pandya is your vice captain. That's very interesting.
And your number 6.
Then Shardul Thakur, Ravindra Jadeja, Akshar Patel, Yuzi Chahal, Kuldeep Yadav, yes, your white ball spinners. Come back, Jaydev Unadkat, Siraj, Umran Malik, Mukesh Kumar. Interestingly, just one thing that no R Ashwin.
No R Ashwin.
Yep.
But let us not read too much into that. We all thought when he was not selected, we thought, okay, T20 World Cup, he's not going in 2022. West Indies series, he came back, parachuted, he played the World Cup. Maybe he's going to play the Asia Cup, that'll be his next major thing. Spinning conditions.
I think it's unlikely that as unfair as the Indian test team has been to Ashwin, they've been rather unfair. He should have played that. He's in the test team. He's definitely playing West Indies.
Of course.
But I think white ball also, it's fair. Just as we are saying test team needs to look ahead, I think it's fair you move
Will he
forward.
play if conditions are cloudy on day one?
No.
Cloudy in West Indies, he will.
Though that it will happen.
Good question.
They only have a problem in England. That's it.
Good question.
Yeah. Cloud.
Where are the two? Dominica?
Dominica and I think Queen's Park, Trinidad and Tobago.
Trinidad, I think.
Yeah.
Trinidad
and Tobago.
can get overcast.
Yeah.
If it gets overcast there, day one, once again,
Decision was made 48 hours before.
I know. 48 hours.
No, he'll play. Definitely, there's no chance he's not going to play in West Indies. But he's not part of the ODI squad,
ODI
Ashwin,
setup, yeah.
which I think is an indication that his white ball cricket for Team India is kind of done.
Yeah, it is.
It's done.
But then the
Which
other
I don't really mind. Him not playing in the test team, I was
very
pretty angry with. But him not in a white ball setup, it's pretty okay.
I think we can make, because you've got somebody like an Aksar also who gives you a little more in the ODI format.
Then you got Chahal and Kuldeep.
Yeah,
the original Kulcha duo who managed to ensure.
And let's say there are some numbers as well, because Ashwin was wicketless in 2022 T20 World Cup. He was given those chances. Yes, he was economical, but he wasn't getting to those breakthroughs. So that was a thing. So you've got something, let's say, to say against his exclusion, let's say. But with Test cricket, just mere cloud cover isn't good enough.
Yeah.
1 hour of cloud cover.
That again. Interestingly, there's Umran Malik in the ODI squad. I'm very happy about it, because I know that he's not been the bowler that you expected him to be. But I also think that you've been inconsistent with him at the international.
But he had a terrible IPL also.
That's what I'm saying. He's not been. But all I'm saying is it all added on from the fact that he came on as a bolt from the blue, this quick bowler. Everyone got excited. He did well. Then you picked him. Then you played him one game, 1 over, 11 runs or something he gave. You didn't bowl another over. Then you took him on tours, hardly played. Then 1 off tour. All of that may have affected his confidence when he goes to the IPL.
International tours, Ireland?
New
After that
Zealand.
he
New
played.
Zealand.
But I'm just
New
saying.
Zealand he played, yeah.
I'm just saying that stop-gap start, 1 over here, there, not going to help. And white ball is pretty cruel that way.
What did help him in 2021, the fag end that he played in the IPL, and 22 was that he did enough in the IPL to left a mark which made everyone talk.
He was the unknown.
In 23, exactly.
He was found out in 2023.
He had the novelty factor to it.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that if you see, raw pace is very rare.
Yeah.
You have to now you have to find out how you use it.
And even on dead tracks, it is always an X factor. Those extra 10 clicks always are an X factor.
In India, I'm just saying you will sometime need. There are situations where you don't get a wicket. There are flat tracks. How else do you? So I'm saying, yes, he's not a good start, but these are the tours where you make him play a few games. Fine if he goes for runs. How else will he get used to that pressure, that international cricket? How else will he innovate? How do you get that confidence to be? I'm saying all good fast bowlers, they were backed by their captains. They must have been expensive at the start. The captain said, "Hey, you have raw pace, I'll back you. Go for it." That's the only way a player like that can be groomed into something big. And I would want Indian cricket to invest in it.
Where you said it reminded me of Ganguly for some reason.
Yeah, Ganguly, Imran Khan.
Yeah. Fantastic. But unfortunate for Umran Malik, he's playing in the venues that does not assist pace that much. That's the problem. Jamaica, Barbados,
he will still again.
I'm saying these are things to be discussed much later. I'm saying I have a fast bowler. I want him, and I have an Umran Malik. As I'm saying, if I'm the coach or the captain, I'm saying bring this guy. Let me try and find opportunities to play him. The more he plays, the more he'll learn. The more he'll get used to the pressures of international cricket, dealing with better batsmen, better he'll become. Because one thing I can't teach anybody is pace. He's got it. Rest can be taught. Match awareness, what to do, You bowl fast, you'll learn, you'll get hammered, okay, but you'll learn from that. And by being with the Indian team and more senior bowlers, you pick up. Groom him, get him on the track, get him.
The same logic, let's say, that we had for young guns playing in Test cricket probably holds true for him as well over here. Would you want to throw him into the deep, let's say, when Australia are here, or when England are here, or when you're going to South Africa, and then you'll be like, okay, but we don't know how good he is. Maybe this is the right series for him to be tested as well.
Yeah.
Maybe. So that means if Umran is included, then Mukesh Kumar's chances dips then.
Yeah, but you can rotate. How many ODIs have you got?
Three.
So you could just rotate
3 to 5.
1 or 2 or whatever. Give others rest. Yeah, if let's say you've got the test first.
Yeah, 2 tests.
So I'm saying, let's say if Siraj is tired after playing both test matches, rest him. Yeah. How does it matter win or lose this ODI series? You're preparing, right?
Yep.
Get the Umrans and the Mukesh to play a few games. Learn now.
Yep.
I'm just saying, if Hardik is bowling, he can be the senior guy there.
Senior guy, yes.
So plenty to do that, but yeah, Sanju Samson back, which also tells you that Shreyas Iyer still far away from fitness, KL Rahul far away from fitness, Jasprit Bumrah far away from fitness. None of them feature in either the Test or the ODI squad. We hear that Bumrah is going to come back in the Ireland series. But for now, again, they are not available. Pretty much the same team. But the ODI team, I'm happy. For seniors, I spoke in the Test thing because I thought the transition can be done. But ODI, I'm happy that all of them are there because I know that Rohit, Shubman, Virat, Sky, Sanju, Hardik, all of these are going to be a World Cup team also.
Yes.
So might as well have this team continuously play together.
Yep.
And then prepare for the World Cup.
Yeah, 3 ODIs followed by the Asia Cup and 3 ODIs versus Australia, and then you have the World Cup. That's the roster that the Indian cricket team have after a 1 month break. It's now continuous from July 12th until the World Cup.
Yeah, July 12th
Rarely any
till August
breaks.
13th, you're in West Indies. Then you play a couple of matches with Ireland. Then you've got 31st August, you've got the Asia Cup, which goes on the 17th of September. Then just a fortnight, and you've got the World Cup starting in the first week.
In
of
between,
October.
you have 3 ODIs versus Australia again.
Oh my God.
What do you make of, Yashasvi's come into the Test team. He had an outstanding IPL. Could he also been the youngster you can look at in ODIs right now?
After 2023.
But
ODI World Cup.
Ruturaj ahead of Jaiswal at the moment because Ruturaj is there in the ODI squad.
I would not agree with that. Ruturaj is ahead. I would say Jaiswal.
He's in the team and Jaiswal is not. So that's my
Jaiswal.
question.
That's the debate because see,
But are there anyway playing in the 11?
No, doesn't matter.
No.
Right now, looking at the squad, when we discuss the 11 is...
barring Ishan Kishan in the top order, who is the left-hander? No one. Rituraj, yes, agreed. Both openers have been very consistent in domestic cricket. Even Rituraj, Yashasvi Jaiswal. Yashasvi more so in red ball cricket, but Rituraj much more consistent in white ball cricket across formats.
Yeah.
That's why he's ahead of the
names
pecking
that
order.
we are missing and it's pretty unfortunate because of injuries. Imagine, I'm just taking some names. They would definitely have been there in these teams. Rishabh Pant, Jasprit Bumrah, Shreyas Iyer, KL Rahul.
KL Rahul.
4 players that I can think of at the moment would have been short part of both teams.
Exactly.
So they are not there, which is a chance then for the rest of them.
Yep. And in particular, this debate of Sanju versus Ishan is all going to step up in this West Indies series. Sanju versus Ishan. Because Sanju was touted as your finisher last year, but now has it changed?
Himself said it.
Himself?
Yeah, but...
Maybe T20 squad?
no, but it's interesting actually what you points out. How about Arshdeep in ODI squad? Why not?
Yeah, why not? But then I think you muffled up his role so badly that he doesn't know what to do. Because when he started, he was your best death overs bowler. But when he came to the Indian team, he became a best power play bowler.
True.
Yeah.
What happened after that? Now that's why he's playing county red ball cricket, something that he's not done regularly. But I think with this bowling lineup and with Shami expected to come back and with Bumrah also expected to come back, hopefully by August, I think Arshdeep doesn't find a place. Only in the T20 setup, that too, if some of the seniors don't play. Because Arshdeep was your arrangement because Bumrah wasn't there. Bhuvaneshwar also isn't there in the scheme of things
But
anymore.
then there was
Bhuvaneshwar
also this
Kumar.
time that Arshdeep became your lead bowler also.
But the roles got muffled up so badly.
I don't know. I see a lot of potential in Arshdeep.
Same.
Should have been there. I don't know whether this is kind of because again every ODI team, not so much Test, every ODI team is going to be scrutinized a lot. This is the World Cup year.
Yes.
And no Arshdeep in an ODI squad.
Exactly.
We have, if this is an indication, let's say, and if Jaydev Unadkat has been given preference over an Arshdeep, then that's a big indicator of what you're planning. And that's the only left-arm fast bowler that you have in the squad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if the injured ones are to come back.
Yeah.
So that is See, Jadeja, Aksar, okay, and Jaydev. These are your three bowlers, left-handed. Now, if Jaydev is not there, I think Jaydev will sit out for Shami in the next series. He's not making the trip to the Asia Cup. I don't think so. Jaydev. Just a stopgap arrangement for Shami to get rest.
Oh, that's another thing. Anyway, but yeah, Arshdeep Singh.
Arshdeep, yep. I think he himself doesn't know what his role is. That's the confounding part of this Indian team selection.
Yeah.
Oh, even if he had the clarity, how does it matter?
Yep.
Matters.
No, as a player, okay, but then ultimately somebody else is calling the shots, no?
Which is why I think the seniors made the decision that we'll not rest for the Windies tests. It's not a selector's own call.
No. That's okay. They want to, but selectors could take a call of going with a young team. Is what I'm saying.
That is what they had to make that call. Have to. So, yeah, very, very interesting. The test, I knew that Pujara's time was up because he's not getting any younger. Plus that failure in the World Test Championships, looking at the nature of shots that he played.
That's what I was, it's a thought that came to my mind while we briefly touched upon Pujara, that if, let's say, we've seen the last of Pujara, what a sad story it will be to, recall or look back at his career and that scoop shot of his.
Uppercut, you mean?
The uppercut, yeah. The uppercut that he tried to play.
He had played it at the same venue 2 years earlier. He had done it. And it went for 4.
Is going to be the last memory, let's say, that we have of him.
Yeah, that's a problem. That's a big... You remember, his first memory was also pretty bad. He was waiting for Sachin Tendulkar in that Bangalore test. He got a shooter from Mitchell Johnson, trapped LBW for 4. Luckily, the redemption came in the second innings. 72 in a chase of 200 plus.
In all of this, just I had a thought about the test team also. So Ruturaj comes back, he's fit, in the test team also. He's back. Wasn't there somebody called Ishwaran who was...
Abhimanyu Ishwaran.
Where is he?
Who? Abhimanyu who? That's exactly the point. You're not rewarding the guys who are in the A tour and in the domestic circuit.
Abhimanyu Ishwaran, if I'm not wrong, was one of the top 5 run getters.
Always didn't get into the 11.
Yeah.
And then suddenly from Bahar se hi Bahar.
Sacrificial lamb also. Because he's captaining East Zone. When Ishan Kishan said, I'm not available for selection.
Yes.
He said it. He didn't even communicate it to the selectors.
So that's what I'm saying. Where does Abhimanyu Ishwaran go there?
I think again, your classic case of domestic legend never got a chance in Indian cricket.
Which is Sarfraz also.
Obviously not there in any of the squads.
No, ODI to chalo, I agree. But I'm saying test squad, this was the time.
This was... Again, the message is that... What's the message then? Domestic numbers don't matter.
No, I kind of agree also that just purely on domestic you can't. And if the team was continuously doing well...
benchmark do we have?
No, but I'm saying if the team was doing well and it's continuing in a cycle, then I understand that, when Sarfraz wasn't getting selected earlier, I understood. Why? Because there was no slot opening. Now that the WTC cycle is over, starting afresh, you're going to not the most hostile conditions, not against the best team. And you want to rest your ODI players anyway for the ODI World Cup. Let them concentrate on that format. Now was the time where you could have allowed yourself the luxury of playing 2-3 youngsters together in the...
Mixing up of formats that the selectors have done. Did Sarfaraz have a very good IPL? No. How did Rahane come back? Two fortunate things happened to him. One, Shreyas Iyer's injury. If Iyer was not injured, Rahane was not coming.
True.
CSK, IPL. It was on that mental adjustment.
His involvement, let's say, in the SMAT also.
When was the last player rewarded on the basis of domestic performances alone? It was Mayank Agarwal in 2018. He had a stupendous 2 years wherein he scored 2,000 plus runs. All formats combined. And you gave him a chance. He had a sustained run for 2 years. After that,
he also, if I'm not wrong, got 900 plus runs in your domestic season.
Exactly. No, one season 1000 plus.
No, this year. Highest run scorer in Ranji, if I'm not wrong.
He was the opener in the Irani trophy. That's why Yashasvi batted at number 3.
Roy SP also is saying Abhimanyu who Obviously, that's sarcasm.
Yeah.
For Sarfraz, they argue India A performances. Abhimanyu has performed for India A, Irani, Ranji, but he isn't played internationally. Exactly, Roy SP. We just discussed that, which I think is a bit bizarre. And I think it's more bizarre. Okay, if you had continued with your seniors, another thing. Ruturaj Gaikwad, even after missing out, earlier because of injury and then family commitment, now suddenly comes back, and Ishwaran, who was part of your squads earlier, is not there. It's a bit surprising. There are lots of questions we missed.
It is all because of the IPL. Look at Ruturaj Gaikwad, the success he's had for CSK. He had to come in.
Dikha do yaar, question.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you go on.
Vignesh.
No, there are so many we missed, right?
Yeah. On the phone.
Akash Bhardwaj
Yeah.
wants to know.
Roy SP. So Shubham Garg had thrown us a question earlier. He said that seniors should play because they need some place to score runs. Home no longer provides option to come back to form. They need some place to just do the stat padding and pick up their
But
Shubham,
again,
very
remember,
naughty comment.
yeah, but again,
Shubham
remember,
Garg.
if the West Indies pull off a win and if our seniors don't get runs, you are left with no place.
I don't.
Yeah.
Too
Even in the
far-fetched,
previous
too
cycle,
far-fetched.
Virat didn't get runs in West Indies.
But that was another Virat that had played in the West Indies, na?
Which
That was a Virat that was struggling across formats.
internationally he's still
But
struggling.
let's
Virat.
not forget, Rohit was your second.
Internationally, yeah, he got those hundreds in white ball back to back. How many?
No,
Internationally.
in Test cricket I'm saying.
Say test. You said
internationally,
internationally.
Test cricket he's struggling. Virat.
Test
still.
cricket. You don't have to use
Test.
international then. Just test is test.
Test cricket. No, he's done well at home, na.
Ahmedabad.
Ahmedabad, he
But
did
that
well.
is the
He
only
broke the
exception.
jinx. Huh?
That is the only
But
exception.
to be
You
fair,
had
that Ahmedabad pitch, everyone.
Featherbed.
There were 4 odd hundreds, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Roy SP is saying, how has Ruturaj got his name ahead of Khan in Test and one performance and elevation to World Cup fair, Rutu and ODI? Yeah, Roy SP, we answered that.
It's all related to that 3-letter tournament. Nothing
IPL.
else. Exactly.
You're saying IPL has got Ruturaj
Exactly.
ahead of Abhimanyu Ishwaran and Sarfraz Khan.
Sarfraz had a horrible IPL.
Oh, not to
Abhimanyu
forget.
didn't even play in IPL.
One to forget.
Where is the visibility? Ranji is not telecast that much along with Vijay Hazare and Said Mushtaq Ali. So is Irani. Where are they going to see? Where will most of your
Anuj
80,000
Gogoi
fans see?
says that to strengthen our ODI squad middle order, Rahane should be there.
No. How?
Where?
Where will you slot him?
Where?
Surya's there.
Yeah.
Surya's there. Okay, if he gets out for 3 more consecutive
You have
first
KL
ball
there.
ducks.
Your openers are sorted.
Rohit, Shubman, Virat.
Your number 3 is sorted.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 4 will be your Shreyas.
Shreyas. Number 5 will be KL.
Number 5 will be KL.
6 will be Hardik.
6 will be Hardik.
7 will be
Jaddu.
Ishan. Where is your keeper?
6 will be Jaddu.
Okay, so you're saying KL will be your keeper also.
Yes. We've done that in the past.
Okay, yeah. 7 will be Jaddu.
7 will be Jaddu.
8 will be
One spinner.
Kuldeep
Who
or
we don't
Yuzi.
know. And 3 pacers.
3 paces. Shardul.
Where is the room?
Shami, Siraj.
Where is the room?
There is no room. Ajinkya Rahane for ODIs, I am not for it. For tests, totally for it.
There's no room. Simple as that.
Yeah. But Vignesh Konar saying no, Ajinkya Rahane given vice captain in test, no vision for future. But I think that is your succession plan.
Like Nikhil said earlier, maybe that's the stopgap arrangement you're
Yes.
looking at for 25. And then
Now you have to make stopgap arrangements in captaincy even for tests. There's no long-term captaincy option anymore because of this World Test Championship cycle. Gone are those
see,
days when
2
you
years
could
is enough time. But it's just that when you look at numbers, let's say Shubman Gill's played 10 tests altogether, if I'm not wrong. Shreyas as well, maybe lesser than that. Or maybe Shubman 13 and Shreyas 10.
a bit more.
Yeah. No, the other way. I think Shubman's played one because Shreyas missed so many because of injury. I think he's at 10. Shubman will with about 13 odd tests. But that's too early for anyone to be, given the armband.
That's what I'm saying. I think that's a good idea.
Yes.
That Rahane now. Maybe Rohit captains another year. Maybe after, as he said, after 50 over World Cup takes a call about his future in international cricket. And so if you're looking for a test captain before giving it to a youngster, Rahane is a perfect option. The transition is smooth.
Yeah, November 2023, you're going to see massive decisions and a new
Yeah,
year.
you're assuming India will not win the World Cup.
I'm saying India will
No,
win the World
regardless,
Cup.
After win also
They'll also take some. They'll want to go out on the
that's
ultimate
what
high
you
also.
people thought at 2011 also.
But
What
didn't-
happened? Who retired?
I will go with
Who
what
retired?
I will
Who
go
left?
with what Ravi Shastri said.
Huh.
He said that 23 World Cup, you expect changes after that. A new chapter in Indian cricket is what he said.
But in that squad, all were still so young. The Indian
Which,
squad of
11?
2011, yeah.
There was Sachin Tendulkar.
Forever young.
There was Harbhajan Singh.
Forever young.
Zahir Khan.
Zamir
Zach,
Khan.
Munaf, Shrikant, Suresh Raina,
Yuvraj,
MS Dhoni,
Piyush.
Yuvraj, Piyush. Forever young. Those were the eternal youngsters at that time.
Viru.
Viru played for 2 more years. Gambhir also played for 3 more years after that.
ये शिवम इतनी रील्स देखता है full time. This is a reel that is doing the round these days.
See, Zach, I think the only guy, but he made a comeback after 5 years was Nehra, Ashish Nehra.
And
That's
he got
what
a
Crick
set.
Mania is saying, which I kind of agreed that Yashasvi Jaiswal in ODIs.
But I don't agree with the second. He's like Shubman Gill left-handed. Shubman Gill
We
is
discussed
right.
that.
Yeah.
Crick Mania discussed that.
Yeah.
That even I thought that he should have got the nod.
In ODIs.
Yeah, and maybe even ahead of Ruturaj, based on current form.
Yeah, based on current form.
IPL form.
Yeah. Domestically, also
Domestically,
he's got a lot of-
Rituraj much better. Vijay Hazare in particular. He's a beast in Vijay Hazare, Rituraj Gaikwad. Not so much of Yashasvi Jaiswal, unfortunately. Yashasvi much better in red ball. Much better.
Okay, chalo, shall we? We'll leave the rest. Update that you will have Sunny Gavaskar coming your way live on Sports Today later in the evening, maybe around 6:15. So our dugout can be that today,
Lovely.
or we could do another dugout. We have a match also, no? That's why.
The match.
The match. So
STPL ka aaramb.
don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Press the bell icon because then you know via notification when we're going to be live. So Sunny Gavaskar on the team selection, live and exclusive on Sports Today in the evening. 6 is roughly the time. It could be 6:15 or slightly earlier than 6.
Bell icon, you'll know.
Yeah, press the bell icon. You'll know.
Exactly.
For the moment, bye bye from Siddharth, Harshit and I. See you.
We'll be back.